I'm Diana Phelan, and welcome to Corners of My Home, where your personality meets interior home styling. Buying a living room sofa is one of the biggest investment we have to make in our home. First things first, what is your style? Are you traditional? Do you like traditional style or are you modern? You must have an idea of what you like and how you want your living room to look. And the biggest decision of them all, what is your budget? There is a hardback style. That means it's just a solid one piece. And then you do get your cushion back, or sometimes called a pillow back. In my home, I went with a pillow back or the cushion back because I like to lounge in my house. I like the feeling of a cozy, warm room in my home. Although it is a bit of a work for the cushions to be always put up and buffed up, but it is a look that I was looking for in my home. I do love the cushions. I do love the way they are all scattered around. Although, like I mentioned, it's a work to always keep them up and make them look neat. But this unit I went with is a corner unit, sometimes called an L-shaped, and I did extend mine to fit the measurements of my room, and it is completely perfect for my room. So you do get those options where you can either add another piece to make it suit your measurements. So don't forget that those options are there for you, and you can extend or maybe even make it smaller. And that's not all. This couch came with interchangeable cushions. The one side is a plain cream color, which is neutral and beautiful. And on the other side of the cushions, I can flip them to the side. And I have a whole new couch altogether. I mean, this was amazing. If you're anything like me, I'm a Piscean, and we tend to get bored very, very easily. And I wanted something that will keep me up to beat, something that I can change. The cushions are just amazing for me. I can change them each and every time, and I can flip them anytime. The fabric was just amazing to me. This is the fabric it came. This is just a close-up for you to see exactly what kind of a fabric I am talking about. It's a very clean, beautiful linen material, and it's also woven. Other information you might want to consider is firstly the size of your room. Then you will know what size of a couch you want to get. Measure out everything. Measurement is king, guys. Measure out everything that you would like to measure out, and then decide to go shopping. When you do shop, also carry along with you your tape measure so that you can measure all the corners, all the lengths of the sofas, and don't forget height. Height is very important. If you want a low rise or a very high rise sofa, make sure that you have measured everything. If you have shelves above it, make sure you have added enough space or left enough space to make sure that your sofa or your couch is perfect for the room. Don't forget the base of your sofa. Does it match or contrast your floors perfectly? On this particular couch, I did choose a dark base because I just wanted it to contrast a little bit with my floors. As you can see, my floors are bright in color, wooden bright color. I also wanted the leg to create that a little bit of elevation from the floor to the couch itself, because when you do leave that little space at the base, at the bottom there, it just gives it a nice elevation and makes the room even bigger. So that's what I wanted to create. There's a world of legs out there, so just make sure you're buying the right leg. You get the metal base ones, you get the bright wooden ones, the dark ones. They all come in different colors. You do have a lot of choices when buying a couch. You can buy a hardback or you can buy the scatter cushions. I went with the scatter cushions because I like the versatility it does give me, and I get to play around with them and make them neat. It is a bit of a work with the cushions because you always have to keep them straight in your house so that it doesn't look any way scattered. But I do enjoy putting in the work to make my home look amazing. The one thing about a neutral color is that you can mix anything, any color you want, depending on the season. I am now just going to show you how I add color, and the color of today is purple. It's one of the colors that I just gravitate towards, and for some reason it always feels right to me. It always feels so royal and majestic and so powerful, and I love this color. But it's not the only color that I have in my house, but for today's sake, I'm going to show you how I incorporate purple into my house. When you do add color into your home, it doesn't have to be an expensive investment. Things like scatter cushions, a throw over your sofas is just good enough. Do not think that you have to spend an enormous amount of money when you do need to add color into your house. Little things like flowers, little things like your scatter cushions, another cushion behind another cushion is really just what you need. Candles or something that pertains to that particular color. In this room, I have only added some scatter cushions, some flowers, and some throws, which is very simple enough and very inexpensive. In Corners of My Home journey, I am taking you on a step-by-step home finishing and decorating. I have not done all of this in one day. Rome was definitely not built in a day, but I am simply going along my life, picking certain pieces that I know I love and I will love over time. Initially, buying this color was a bit nerve-wracking, but I knew that I wanted it and I had a plan on how I would take care of it since I have young children. So as you can see, I have covered it with a throw over, which is also neutral in color, similar to the color of my couch, so I'm not worried should anything happen or any accidents or spills happen from me or from my kids or from my husband. This throw cover is exactly the same color as my couches, and I can simply take it and throw it in the washer and it is clean. This is what I've been doing for the longest of time, and my couches are spotless. Color is a celebration of life. I have many looks for this particular couch. So for the next video, I will be showing and sharing with you guys how I celebrate colors in my home on this one particular couch. My home still needs to be built. As you can see, my floor carpets are two-toned, which means I still need to go around shopping for the carpets and adding few more pieces into my home. I have made my home a celebration of different metals, which I will show you in the next coming videos, how I have incorporated metals into this living room. This is the first room in my home that is really coming together. I have many rooms in my home, so this journey is very long, and I'm super excited that you guys have decided to follow along with me and kind of walk along this journey with me. Thank you so much for coming on Corners of My Home. I will see you on the next video.